Hi guys, welcome to Classic Guitar Rock. I love this sweet scratchy noise of single coils in the morning. Hey, if you haven't subscribed yet, please take a minute and subscribe. I wanted to just kind of build on to the lesson I posted yesterday about the modes where we use the piano. And I left off, if you recall, I left off saying that each degree or each note of the scale starts its own mode. You remember me saying that? So I just wanted to kind of translate that to the guitar, just to further elaborate a bit. So here we go. Okay, so remember we were playing it all in C. I'm going to do it in G, and I'm going to do it in G simply because G's the best key to spread out evenly across the neck on, I think. So we'll just do it in G. So if you remember, we had our interval pattern. And if you remember, for the major scale or Ionian mode, that interval pattern was whole step, half step, whole step, whole step, whole step, half step. So now on the piano, on the white keys, those were all neatly right next to each other, right? And the black keys are all up above, and so it's easy to just skip those because all those white keys are adjacent to each other, right? It's a little different on a guitar. So it's going to be spread out a little more, but let's do that interval. Here's our root. Okay. Whole step, half step, whole step, whole step, whole step, half step. Okay? And like I said, you pick any note on the guitar and follow it with that interval, and it'll be a major scale. I'm going to close my eyes. I'm going to put my finger down. Let's do it. Where did I? Oh, I put it on this. It happens to be a C, but we'll do it here. Ready? Here's the root. Whole step, half step, whole step, whole step, whole step, half step. Anywhere on the guitar, any note, you follow it with that interval. Here's this. What's that? That's a B. Okay. Here we go. Step, whole step, half step, whole step, whole step, whole step, half step. Okay, so any note followed by that interval sequence is going to give you a major scale. Now, I've laid it out. Let me do it in G one more time. There's the G, there's the root, whole step, half step, whole step, whole step, half step. Okay, there's my scale. Each of those degrees is a starting point for a mode. But here's a G. And this is where that first pattern comes in. We've got our major pattern. And that first pattern would look like this. I'm going to play the full pattern because you'll notice I'm going to start on an F sharp, even though the root is here. Two of the boxes are the starting point of two of the different modes, okay? One of those is the major shape, okay? The full box pattern looks like this. Would actually start on the F sharp, and it looks like this. Whoops. Okay. Usually you just start on the G. You don't play that note. Okay, I'll refer you to my other videos on the 5 boxes. I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time on each of the boxes, but I just want you to see how they interact with each other. Okay, the first degree of the scale, I use that major box pattern, okay? The second degree, okay, remember that was Dorian, and the Dorian shape is, now I call them major shape, Dorian shape, Phrygian shape, simply because that's how they are in the bass position, right? If I'm playing in the major scale, but every single box can be every single mode, and that's really what I want us to see here. So On the second degree, that's my Dorian pattern. Okay? And I realize I'm not playing straight on 3-note per string patterns. A lot of guys want to do 3-note per string. I learned with these old traditional shapes, and that's why I play them that way. But you can break these out in the 3-note per string shapes also if you want to do that. So there's the Dorian shape. Next, we've got the Phrygian shape. Whoops, I'm so lame. Okay, there's the Phrygian shape. Now, in that same box, okay, so that's the 4th degree. That's where we start our Lydian. Now, what's nice is we already know this shape, so all I'm doing to play the Lydian is instead of starting with my index finger, I'm starting with my, on the next fret, with my middle finger. The Lydian shape. Then I've got the Mixolydian. Mixolydian shape. After that, I've got my natural minor shape. That's the natural minor or Aeolian mode shape. Then I'm already up here. I'm going to play the major shape, but this time I'll actually start. Okay, I'm just an octave higher than I was here. Remember, this box is also used for the Locrian mode shape. So in this context, I'll start with my index finger. Okay, remember up here, I started with my second finger because the root note was there on the G. Okay, in this case, I'll start with the actual first note to play the Locrian pattern. Whoops. They're harder to play slow than fast. Okay, so that's the Locrian shape. So those 5 boxes, each degree of the scale, is the starting point of the mode. Okay, so one more thing I want to show you, just to reinforce the fact that every box can be every mode. Okay, and just for fun, we're going to move to the key of E, because then I can do a little drone a little easier. So let's start with major. Now in the key of E, if I want to play that major shape, okay, where's E? Where's the E going to be on the E string? Well, obviously open. Okay, so I could play a shape open. I'm going to come up to the 12th fret and play it there. So if I wanted to play in major, okay, if I wanted to play major, that's where I play it. But, okay, here's where it gets exciting. Okay, but I know the shape right before that major shape is the, remember, it's the natural minor shape. So, okay, still in E, if I play the natural minor shape here, that, remember the box right before the natural minor box was the Mixolydian box. Okay, so all of these are major. Every single one of these boxes in this context are E major. Okay, before the Mixolydian was the Phrygian shape, right? I hit a clunker there. I hit a Mixolydian note there. But you get the point. Every single one of these boxes can be every mode. Okay? It's just that if you start, it's a great little reference point based on the major scale to think of those as, you know, the Ionian shape, the Dorian shape, the Phrygian shape, the Lydian shape, the Mixolydian shape, the natural minor shape, and the Locrian shape from those 5 boxes. But you can interchange them and move them all over. Let's do a natural minor in E. So if I'm playing a natural minor in E, my root note would be here. I would use the natural minor shape. Remember, right before the natural minor shape was the Mixolydian shape. Okay, and before the Mixolydian shape was the Phrygian shape. Before the Phrygian shape was the Dorian shape. Okay, so you get the point here. These boxes always follow each other. Okay, and so all you've got to do to play in any mode is make sure you start with the root note and are using the right box. But you can basically play any mode, okay, at any fret. You just got to use the right box, right? So familiarize yourself with those 5 boxes, which, remember, gives you the ability to start 7 different modes, because 2 of the boxes are cover 2 of the modes. And then you just got to move them around. And the nice thing is they always follow each other in the same order. Okay? Let's do one more just for fun. Let's do Mixolydian. E Mixolydian. I'm going to use the Mixolydian shape. What came right before Mixolydian? Phrygian. And before Phrygian was Dorian. Okay, so learn the boxes, and then it's just a matter of starting with whichever modal pattern you want to start with, right? And you always know that it's always going to be preceded by and followed by. It's always in order. That order of the 5 boxes never changes. That's how every single box can be used for every single mode, right? You just got to start with the right one, okay? And they're always going to be in that same order. So hopefully you found that helpful. Again, if you haven't subscribed yet, please do so. Hit that notification bell, and we'll talk to you next time. Bye-bye.